mathematicians, guess what? I have another guest star on our math lesson today. It's not Linus the minus sign again. It's actually the 5 little monkeys jumping on the bed. And these crazy monkeys are already jumping on the bed. Today, these crazy 5 monkeys are here to teach us a tool that we actually haven't practiced using with subtraction yet. So you're going to need to open up that toolkit today. And we're going to work on practicing subtraction with a number bond. You're going to need a number bond today. So go get your toolkit, get out your number bond. With the number bond, you are going to want to also get out your counters and a whiteboard marker and eraser. If you cannot find this, you can easily draw it on a piece of paper with a pencil. Later on in the lesson, you are also going to need this really small number bond that should be in your math packet, and this paper that looks like really close to what you did yesterday for your assignment. Pause me and go get those things and come right back to learn from me and the 5 monkeys jumping on the bed. Welcome back. The monkeys also say, welcome back. Thanks for joining us, friends. If you have not yet watched, I did actually post a video of the 5 monkeys jumping on the bed. If you want to pause and go watch that first, even though I'm sure a lot of you have heard this song and story before. It's actually one of my favorites. Now, the monkeys start, and there's 5 of them. Why don't you go ahead and sing it with me? Ready? 5 little monkeys jumping on the bed. One fell off and bumped his head. Mama called the doctor and the doctor said, no more monkeys jumping on the bed. Do you know, friends, that is kind of like the 5 speckled frogs and that we can use subtraction to keep going with this story. But I want to pause before I keep going with this really fun story and remind you of something that Linus the minus taught you yesterday. Linus the minus sign taught you that when we start a subtraction problem, we start with the whole, with the biggest number, the whole amount, which in our monkey's case is all 5. And then we take away a part. We take away a part from the whole, and in this case, we took away 1. And then we figure out the difference, how many are left. And now we have, how many left jumping on the bed? We have 4 monkeys left jumping on the bed. Kindergartners, if I were to show this work to you with a number bond, here's how it would work. And I actually would like for you to do this right alongside of me. So go ahead and get out your number bond, and you're going to want your counters right away. Now, kindergartners, in addition, I told you can flip this number bond whichever way you feel. In subtraction today, I want you to put your number bond like this, to where there's 1 circle on top and 2 on the bottom. Because in subtraction, we have a whole and we have 2 parts. And I'm going to label that whole. You do not need to do this part. This is for you to watch on my part. And 2 parts. Now, if I were to show that I had 5 monkeys that were first jumping on the bed, how many do I have as my whole? You're right. I have 5 as my whole. Can you, on your number bond, can you take out 5 counters and can you put those in the whole? 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Those are to show the 5 monkeys jumping on the bed. So my 5 right here is the same as my 5 monkeys. But 1 monkey was taken away. 1 part was taken off of the bed. So I need to move this counter or this monkey down to a part. That's 1 part that was all taken out from the bed. Now, how many other parts are left? There's 1, 2, 3, and 4. And let me check. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Kindergartners, I started with my hole of 5 monkeys. I moved 1 to show that 1 was taken away. And then my leftover part is what I put over here. If I were to show this with numbers, it would look like this, and you can actually do this with your whiteboard marker as well. I have 5, 1, and 4. So if I were to just use numbers in this, I would put a 5 right here, a 1 right here, and a 4 right here. Let's try this again with our counters. You are going to this time still need to use 5 because I'm still going to have 5 monkeys, but I'm going to erase the other numbers. So I'm now going to show you a new problem with the monkeys. So I have 5 monkeys all jumping on the bed, but this time not only did 1 monkey fall off, but 3 monkeys fell off. 5 little monkeys jumping on the bed. 3 fell off and bumped their heads. Mama called the doctor, and the doctor said, "No more monkeys jumping on the bed." If I were to show this and go ahead and do it with me, my start was my hole was 5. That's always how many counters I get out first is my hole. I started with 5. How many monkeys were taken away and off of the bed? You're right. I have 3 monkeys taken off of the bed. I'm going to move those 3 monkeys down into a part. And then I move the leftover part down to this circle. If I were to label this with a number, it would say 3 and 2. 5 take away 3 equals 2. Let's try it 2 more times, kindergartners. This time, I'm not going to start my problem with 5 monkeys. I'm going to start my number problem, with 4 monkeys. So on your number bond, go ahead and just write the number, have 4 counters ready. Now, I have 4 little monkeys jumping on the bed. 2 fall off and bumped their heads. Mama called the doctor, and the doctor said, "No more monkeys jumping on the bed." I had 2 fall off, so that's part. And then I have my other part left as the other 2. So it would say 4, 2, and 2. Let me go ahead and write that because this time we're just going to work on using numbers. So 4, 2, and 2. Go ahead and put your counters away for right now. We're going to do this one more time, but we're just going to use numbers in our number bond. And now remember that you want your number bond to be facing like this. You want the hole on top and these to be parts because we start with our hole. This time, I have 3 little monkeys jumping on the bed. What should I write in my hole? Oh, you're right. 3. 3 monkeys are jumping on the bed. 3 little monkeys jumping on the bed. 1 falls off and bumps his head. 1 fell off and bumped his head. Mama called the doctor, and the doctor said, "No more monkeys jumping on the bed." And how many monkeys are still jumping on that bed? There are 2. That is how your number bond would look if you were doing this with just numbers. You write your whole, your part that was taken away, and the part that is left over. Kindergartners, I want to just use numbers on our number bond one more time today before we show this on our own. This time, I'm going to start with 5 monkeys jumping on the bed, all 5. So what number should I write in my hole? You're right, I have 5 monkeys jumping on the bed. But this time, kindergartners, they were being really silly and rough, and guess what? All 5 of them fall off the bed and bump all 5 heads. If all 5 fell off the bed, what number goes right here? You got it, 5. How many are left on the bed? 0 monkeys left on the bed. That is what your number bond would look if you were doing that problem. Now it's your turn to show your work. We have been working on this spectacular story problem of your own and shown your work with almost all the tools. The only thing that is now missing is a number bond. You're going to glue it right about there or wherever it fits. And kindergartners, your job today is to put your story problem in the circles. So if I started my story problem with 4 dogs in all, on my number bond, I'm going to write a 4. I took away 1 dog. I'm going to write a 1 right here. And the dogs I had left over were 3. I have filled that in for my story, and I've glued it on to look like that. You are going to continue with your numbers of 5 and 2. Please glue that onto your big yellow paper and turn that into your teacher. But wait, you have one more thing to actually turn in today. You get to make 1 more subtraction number story all on your own, just like yesterday. But it's another one, brand new. It should be right under your number bond in your math packet. This time I decided to draw an object. So I've practiced drawing animals. I've practiced drawing a number sentence with people, and now I'm drawing an item. These are pencils. Now, kindergartners, I don't just say, yeah, there's some pencils, and then I took some away. I actually have a story to match this. Listen to my story. I had 8 pencils. I had 8 pencils. I lost 6 of them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now I only have 2 pencils left, and I wrote a number 2 to show that. I want you to challenge yourself and use some bigger numbers today. Maybe a number like closer to 10 or 9 or 8 of that item. Show your work with an item or an object or a person or an animal again, and you get to create your very own number sentence and numbers to match. This also needs to be turned into your teacher today. All right, friends, now none of you should be going to jump on your beds now, are you? Don't make mommy call the doctor, because the doctor's going to say, no more kindergartners jumping on the bed. I'll see you tomorrow, friends.